two guys, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 would probably be Gervonta Tank Davis.
Attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills.
Tank can do the same thing the mentor did. That's what the mentors, to teach you how to do this thing the smart way.
Boxing icon Floyd Mayweather was reportedly stunned after seeing Gervonta Tank Davis's newly bulked up physique ahead of his highly anticipated showdown with Jake Paul. Known for his explosive power and compact frame, Davis now appears noticeably larger and stronger, a transformation that has fans and boxing insiders buzzing. Mayweather, who mentored Tank for years, didn't hide his surprise at Davis's new look. He hinted that the extra muscle could either give Tank a game-changing advantage or become a risky move that slows down his speed and affects his stamina.
Can't even see who it is. Yeah. Who is the dude? Who is the dude?
And that right there is why Gervonta Davis fights don't go the distance.
Gervonta Davis is set to face Jake Paul in an exhibition match on November 14th in Miami. What has shocked many is the major weight difference, both real and perceived. Davis has always fought in lighter divisions, while Paul typically comes in around 190 to 195 lbas, giving him a notable height and reach advantage heading into the bout.
He always training for something like this. Obviously, smaller guy. How was this in the training aspect, Jake?
Yeah, there's a lot of punching down, practicing, hitting below my knees, and a lot of speed. We're sparring.
That's what we need.
We're sparring.
Warm up.
Some
I know
8-year-olds. I got the 8-year-olds in there.
If I find out anything, I'm gonna beat your and I'm gonna beat Jaden on Love it. On my mama, I'm gonna beat both of y'all ass. On my mama. And he laughing. He know. He laughing.
What are you talking about?
What
does he have to do with this?
Let anything. You know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't gotta say it up here. Let anything happen. And I'm gonna show you and him back.
Despite the flashy promotion and entertainment-heavy build-up, insiders insist that Gervonta Davis is taking this fight very seriously. Observers who've watched him in training describe him as focused, intense, and fully committed. Analysts have pointed out that during press events, Davis appears calm, alert, and determined. For him, this fight isn't just about money. It's about pride and opportunity. A victory over Jake Paul could bring massive mainstream attention and strengthen his crossover appeal. Some believe Davis views this matchup as a smart move to expand his audience beyond hardcore boxing fans. While critics dismiss the event as a publicity stunt, Tank seems determined to prove that he can balance commercial success with real competition. His preparation shows the mindset of a fighter who wants to control the narrative, not be consumed by it.
Press conference, and you can tell, you can just look at him and tell, like, no, this dude he's gonna get this money for sure, because there's so much money out there to be had. But Jake Paul better be not playing around, man. Not get cute, not play any games, don't hit him in the back of the head, don't rabbit punch him, don't do any of that stuff, man, because Mike Tyson, first of all, a lot of people think Mike Tyson was pulling punches on Jake Paul, and a lot of people think that Anderson Silva was pulling punches on him too. You're not gonna have a little Gervonta out there pulling punches on you, man, if you're out there playing games. So, I don't like the fight at all. However, as far as it being an entertaining situation, I almost guarantee you that fight itself is going to be entertaining. That it's going to be something that you look at and you're going to say, man, everybody's going to watch it. Everybody's going to want to know what happens in it. But at the same time, it's kind of like what people think, when you see a car crash, like you're driving down the road and all of a sudden the traffic gets heavy and you're like, man, I'm going to be in traffic for a long time. And then you drive forward a little bit and then you see, oh, oh man, this is some accident on the other side of the road and everybody just slowing down to watch. That's the type of entertainment that you can expect from this fight between Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul. There's going to be a lot of people watching it, but I gotta say, man, you really can't blame the guy on what he's doing. And there's a lot of criticism flying on Gervonta Davis. It's not Gervonta Davis's fault that boxing took this turn. This turn of these exhibition fights and people not caring about the belts and all of that stuff came with Floyd Mayweather Jr., man.
Mayweather has often said that Davis is far more than just a knockout artist. He's praised Tank as one of the hardest hitters in his division, but reminds people that power alone isn't enough. According to Floyd, true greatness requires defense, timing, footwork, and ring IQ. Without those, power can become a dangerous one-dimensional tool. Mayweather even once called Gervonta Davis one of the best pound-for-pound boxers in the world.
Do Anui deserve to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. Do Terrence Crawford deserve to be in the pound for pound? Absolutely. But what about Gervonta Tank Davis? I mean, he deserved to be somewhere also in the pound for pound.
Why don't they give him that credit?
Because he was affiliated with me.
Floyd Mayweather played a crucial role early in Davis's career, mentoring him while he was signed to Mayweather Promotions. Floyd didn't just promote him. He offered advice on strategy, mental composure, and the business side of boxing. However, over time, their relationship became strained, and the two officially parted ways in 2022.
And you black, giving back. So I was working with, I got a fighter, one of the best fighters out there today, Gervonta Tank Davis. Right. I got it when he was young. I put him in a position. Now he's 3-time world champion.
Their conflict runs deep and goes beyond business. Once close, Tank has accused Mayweather of being controlling, claiming Floyd often put him in lose-lose situations, limited his earnings, and prevented him from outshining his mentor. According to Davis, Floyd struggled to genuinely celebrate others' success and, in moments of anger, even called him insulting names.
First of all, Floyd don't never want to see no one like a fighter do better than them. Right. Why the say Terrence Crawford should fight? Finna be there.
Yeah, that's
That don't make no fucking sense. He don't never want to see nobody be better than him. I'm telling you.
You next in line. Just so you're next in line.
Is there like a brother?
The last question, guys. Is
there like a love-hate for Floyd? Like,
yeah,
the fighter?
Yeah, I love the fighter. Like, I ain't gonna lie, if he was like chill, like he'll be the smoothest. But he's not. You know what I mean? He's a great fighter. And my bad.
You're good, man.
And he cause I don't want to say like he's just a scumbag, but it's like he's a great fighter, and sometimes he can be good, but it's like it's always I'm this.
Davis has also criticized Mayweather's ego, saying it often overshadows the humility expected of a seasoned champion. He pointed out that when a reporter once called Floyd one of the greatest, Mayweather quickly corrected them, insisting he was the greatest ever. To Davis, this obsession with legacy often comes at the expense of honesty and growth.
You're backed by arguably one of the greatest of all time, right?
What are we rating ourselves on? What are we rating on?
Okay.
Well, we're going to know in the least amount of fights, I didn't have to have 70 fights or 150 fights, 300 fights. Did I not beat the most world champions?
Yes, you did.
Okay. And in the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Just a guy with a job. I have a job, though. So who would you fight next?
And guess what? Your job don't pay like my job.
Well, it depends. Your
job don't pay like my job.
That brings me to another point. Why are you coming back?
I can make $200 million in 18 months because I want to. Because I want to come back and steal some more money. I'm in a whole new era, dominating
That's right.
fighters.
And he's a whole new fighter, Floyd.
A whole new fighter.
Oh yeah.
And when I beat him, what they gonna say? Oh well, we knew this was gonna happen. Floyd Mayweather was a bigger fighter, or he can outbox him, or this. It's always excuses.
Boxing legend Bernard Hopkins didn't hold back when discussing Mayweather, Promotion's impact on Gervonta Davis. Hopkins believes that Tank's potential was limited, not by talent, but by Floyd's excessive control. He argued that Mayweather's influence acted more as a restraint than a guide, urging Davis to carve out his own path. Hopkins's strong remarks from such a respected veteran highlighted the risks of being managed by someone who puts ego before development.
Commend Tank on saying, hey, this is my career, you had yours, I respect you from buying me a chain, buying me this, buying me that, take me on a jet, all that's great, but at the end of the day, I'm only going by his interview, you seen it and I seen it. Thank you, Floyd Mayweather, for all the things you gave me. If the intentions was you just looking out for me. But I got an opportunity to fight this big fight. And this soap opera between you and Oscar for all these years, I'm not gonna let it affect me. That's my interpretation. And Tank wants to do the fight, but he had to break away from the chains of somebody he still respects and respected then. And he said, man, I gotta do what I gotta do. This is my career.
Former world champion Roy Jones Jr. says he's not surprised that Gervonta "Tank" Davis chose to fight Jake Paul. In his view, it's a strategic and calculated business move, similar to what Mayweather did throughout his career. Jones believes Davis is taking a measured risk, stepping into a fight that offers huge financial rewards and global attention. While he doesn't necessarily endorse the matchup, Roy understands the motivation behind it, recognizing the blend of ambition and business sense driving Davis's decision.
Tank can do the same thing the mentor did. That's what the mentor is for, to teach you how to do this thing the smart way and not get you hurt, not have to take no risks, not to take many chances. Everybody had their own mentors, their own pound for pounds, their own people they want to be like. If he want to be like that guy that y'all say is great and was one of the best ever, why can't he do it? If he make if he make 50 to 100 million fighting Jake Paul, they'll be cool with it because they cool with you making money. That's what the fan bases are on now. They happy with you just making money being good. Back in our day, they won't be cool with that. You had to prove you was the best. They thought you fought because you wanted to be the best of the division or the best of your era. I want to be the best in my division. As a matter of fact, I want to be the best around my division. Not just in my division, even around my division, I want to be the best. Today's fighters, they have been taught that that's not going to do it nowadays. Nowadays, go for the bag. So everybody is going for the bag.
Trainer Greg Hackett expressed frustration at the backlash Gervonta Davis has faced. He believes fans today criticize fighters for almost everything without considering their personal circumstances. Hackett argued that if Davis chooses to fight Jake Paul, that's his decision, and it should be respected. He reminded people that no one outside the ring truly understands what a fighter endures or what drives their career choices. According to Hackett, fans should stop dictating who fighters face and instead appreciate the hard work and discipline required to compete at the top. His comments reflect a wider frustration among trainers and athletes who feel social media has turned boxing criticism into constant noise.
And number 3, the retirement.
I mean, the backlash is just what people do nowadays. That's just, you give somebody a keyboard, you give them a phone, and they able to hide their face. Yeah, they gonna have to feel that. The backlash I get, I understand. Would you say number 2, not fight Shakur?
Yeah, he's saying he'll never fight Shakur. That he ain't gonna do him no favors. That he ain't gonna help him make no money because Shakur broke or something like that. Something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't get all that. That's, you know what I mean. That's against the game. Like, you know what I mean. You at least owe that fight for the game. You know what I mean. You owe the rematch to Lamont for the game, but you owe Shakur for the game just because of the 2 style matchups. You know what I mean. But if he feel like he don't gotta fight him, guess what? We can't sit here and just go crazy about it. But it is kind of crazy. It is kind of corny. You know what I'm saying? If he not gonna fight Shakur, and if he's standing on it like, I'm not ever gonna fight you, I'm not doing you no favors, and all right. But then again, you know what? I don't know what them guys got going on. I don't know what they've been through personally. You know what I'm saying? But would I love to see that fight? Hell yeah, I would love to see that fight. And then number 3, you said what? You said
retirement.
The retirement. Oh, boxing. Boxing. They're around. There's always gloves around. It's on you. I'm chilling. You all right? Yeah, get with me. I know. How you feel? Dark skin boy. That's my man. The retirement is like he done a lot in his career, right? Not everything, but he done a lot. What people don't understand is his business is a lot. This whole experience is a lot. The shit these fighters go through is hard to explain. It's hard to explain because people, they can't see it, so they can't understand it. But it's stressful to the fighters because they coming from just getting ready to fight in the amateurs, being prepared, going out there, win, get it done, celebrate. All right, we back to the next camp. To now, marketing. You're talking about marketing. You're talking about lawyers. You're talking about all this shit that you just never imagined. You're like, why do I have to deal with all of this?
Former world champion Paulie Malignaggi has always spoken candidly about boxing's changing landscape, and his criticism of Davis versus Paul is no exception. Malignaggi argues that these kinds of matchups hurt the sport's credibility, making knockouts less meaningful when they happen between mismatched opponents. He believes such events mislead casual fans into thinking they're watching real competitive fights, which dilutes the essence of professional boxing. In discussions with Chris Algieri, Malignaggi emphasized that while these exhibitions may entertain casual viewers, they create confusion about what authentic boxing truly represents, reflecting the ongoing tension between entertainment and tradition within the sport.
Paulie, knockouts, dude. Knockouts. People like knockouts. They don't care if you're knocking out cab drivers. Look at Jake Paul's career.
You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture that though. You can manufacture.
You can't manufacture.
To a
Gervonta
degree,
Davis.
you can. To a degree. I mean, you can't. Yeah, Gervonta legitimately cannot get knockouts. I agree. He can punch, but there's a lot of limited knockout artists though, man.
He's one of the least active punchers in the game with the highest knockout percentage of current heavyweight.
But if he was a real knockout artist, if he was a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best of the best. Felix Trinidad was a knockout artist. He was knocking out the best of the best. If you're a real knockout artist, prop him up against the best and show us how he smokes them. But the way Wade did when Felix Trinidad was doing it. You know, the way they did when Mike Tyson was doing it in his prime. Okay, say what you want about the Mike Tyson era. He knocked out everyone from 1986 to 1989. Everyone got knocked out. Everyone.
Well, by your standard, you could say that Tyson was to a degree manufactured.
No,
and
because
Teddy
he fought everyone that was there. Everyone that was there at that time he fought.
Teddy Ellis will 100% agree with this
with the expense
he would say the guys
Witherspoon.
that were afraid of him.
With the exception of Witherspoon. No, but they all, doesn't matter. He knocked them all out. There was nobody you could say in that era except maybe Witherspoon, who had contract issues with King at the time. Except for Witherspoon, there is nobody Tyson didn't fight in that era. He knocked them all out. You can't say like, oh, but if he would have fought that guy, I don't know. No, with Davis, there's guys right now that have been hanging around for years. Yo, dude, when are you going to fight them? The lightweight division was stacked with talent. Even at 130, it had a lot of talent when he was there. Didn't fight almost any of them. So it's not the same thing as the Tyson era. You want to say anything about Tyson era? Fine. It wasn't as high level or something. He still knocked out everyone.
Boxing commentator Showbiz. The adult offered a more positive view of the upcoming exhibition between Gervonta "Tank" Davis and Jake Paul. Initially skeptical about Davis's size disadvantage, his opinion shifted after observing Tank's composure and sharpness during the press conference. He noted that Davis carried himself like a true professional, confident, focused, and fully aware of the moment's importance. Showbiz suggested that the fight might surprise those expecting Jake's power to overwhelm a smaller opponent, emphasizing that Davis's technique and ring IQ could end up being the deciding factors.
About this kid. Listen, I was feeling that Jake Paul was going to knock out Tank. This press conference made me feel a little bit more confident about Tank. No cap. I know Tank wasn't saying much, fumbling over his words, seems bashful, but I'm looking, right? And I'm just like, bro, he doesn't feel that Jake Paul is an issue. Even though he said it, he doesn't feel like he has to whoop his ass. He doesn't feel threatened. That's the word. He doesn't feel threatened, but he does feel out of his element. Yo, I'm gonna be honest, man. It sounds like, I know everybody's looking at this press conference and it's like, number one, I know what y'all saying. It's a clown show. It's not real. Tank was paid off. It's fake. Cause Tank, when he was talking about Jake and JB, even I was like, what is he talking about?
He laughing.
What are you talking about? What does he have to do with this?
Let anything, you know what I'm talking about. Let anything. Nah, I don't have to say it right now. Don't worry about it. I don't got to say it up here. Let anything happen.
Promoter Eddie Hearn has been outspoken about Gervonta Davis's choice to fight Jake Paul rather than pursue a rematch with Lamont Roach Jr. or a unification fight with Shakur Stevenson. Hearn believes Davis went for the more profitable and less risky path, estimating a $30 to $40 million payday for the Paul exhibition, far greater than what he'd earn in the Roach rematch, which was seen as a 50-50 fight. According to Hearn, if Davis truly wanted to test himself, he'd have taken the Stevenson fight, which would challenge both his skill and determination. Hearn confidently predicted that Shakur Stevenson would win that matchup, citing his precision, patience, and high boxing IQ as key advantages.
If you were Tank's promoter, what would the next step be for Tank?
I heard they were going to fight Jake Paul. When I see Jake Paul at the event and I see Jake Paul posting from the private jet with a picture of Gervonta Davis,
slapped it.
Yeah, but they had that for a reason. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
You had to buy it. You had to get it made.
Yeah, but I can't believe that fight was going to happen. But anyway, crazy stuff's happening. Yeah, you got to rematch Lamont Roach. You got to. It'll probably get ordered. That's the reality by the New York State Athletic Commission. But listen, they may have got lucky because the only fight for Tank outside of after Lamont Roach was Shakur Stevenson.
Facts.
Right? Now they've got another opponent that will do well at the gate because of the controversy.
Yep.
And it ain't Shakur Stevenson. I keep telling people Shakur Stevenson beats Tank. You cannot say that Shakur Stevenson would not have beaten Tank last Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he would have.
Former world champion Timothy Bradley expressed confidence in Gervonta Davis, calling the Jake Paul fight easy money. Bradley highlighted Davis's superior skill and experience, pointing out that Jake has faced only a handful of professional opponents. He believes Davis's speed, defense, and timing will quickly expose Paul's weaknesses, unless Tank underestimates him. Bradley's view captures a broader reality in modern boxing, where traditional athletic excellence increasingly overlaps with celebrity-driven matchups like Davis versus Paul.
And say that it ain't fixed, because check this out, Tank ain't gonna lose this fight. Hell no. Tank ain't losing this fight. Too many hoes. Man, Jake don't have enough experience. Yeah, man, this gonna be taking candy from a baby. You know, Jake is missing the rules. See, this what happened when you don't grow up in the game. When you don't grow up in the game, man, at a young age, this is what happens. You know, you start reading your own press clippings. That's what Jake is doing. You know, fighting this lower level competition, and now he think he them ish. Now he think he the man. He ain't the man. You kidding me? He is not the man. Oh no, yeah, false sense of security. Now he trying to pick on small folks, right? You know, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Yeah, I'm just saying size-wise. Yeah, that's another thing, boxing one-on-one.
So what do you think about Gervonta Davis taking on Jake Paul? Is it a smart strategic move or a step backward for boxing? Share your thoughts below.